Welcome people. So I've done some work this weekend on my engine, particularly on the editor and how we deal with NavMesh. So one of the things I couldn't do before when it comes to NavMesh is to change it on the fly. So I could create NavMesh and then have entities across there, which is all good and well. But if you want some interesting gameplay or decision making to be made, we need to make sure that some parts of the NavMesh can actually be blocked off or are not reachable for some time. So we did have the shape, basically like the obstacles that would move in space that we've got to deal with a temporal NavMesh. But also what I wanted is to be able to block past the NavMesh or given different types. So to that effect, I introduced a NavMesh shape to the editor, and we can give it a type. So currently we only got general and blocking as two types we can have, and they'll basically work in different ways. So if it is set to normal or general, this shape will simply be regarded as a normal collision type. So we'll generate NavMesh on top of it. And we'll see here there's like jump and drop off nodes on either side. However, if we make this a blocking NavMesh shape, what happens then is it will cut holes in the existing collision and create convex NavMesh shapes where these two intersect. So whereas before we had basically one big collision, it's now being cut in half by the shape. So it'll be one convex polygon here, one inside the shape, and one the other side. So what this means is that because the type in the middle of the NavMesh you can see here is effectively blocked, a class is blocked. So this strip in the middle, it can't actually pass through. So if you put an AI player in here and play, save this, yep. Then it's pretty happy to move on this side of the NavMesh, but try to move it to the side. It's not really bang as the first one thing. What's going on there? But yeah, it's only happy to move inside this thing and it's not able to get to the other side. So what we need to do is to change the type of this this block from blocking to general, because what will happen then is that this shape in the middle will change from blocking to general type of NavMesh. So they're already connected, as you can see. It's just because Pathfinder realizes this is a blocked polygon, it can't go through it. It won't allow any pathfinding between, basically across this this polygon. So what we need to do is change it. So to that effect, we create a trigger volume. A trigger volumes know how to interact with different types of components across the level. So if we select the NavMesh blocker, we say, okay, I want to use the trigger volume to do something with this. So we say use, and now we got the option to change the type either to general or to blocking. So currently it's set to blocking because, as you can see here, the type currently is set to blocking. But we basically want to move from blocking to make it a general polygon. So then the Pathfinder will go like, okay, so after this has changed, I can now move from here to there because this is now just a regular polygon I can traverse over. Whereas before that wasn't the case at all, it was a blocking piece of polygon. So I'll just mark this with a little pyramid like so I know where to go. So now what should happen is, if we select this thing and start to go over there, this should now be cleared up, and now, as you can see, it can actually move to the other side. So to make it actually a bit more dramatic, what we will do is put a little shape here to roughly match the blocker so we can actually see what's happening. And also put a little path node up there. So we're going to say it's this shape link, connect to this path node and move at 2 meters a second once you get triggered. Oops. So interesting now, because this is linked to a path node component, it has been granted an active component as well. So I could make this active initially, so as the game starts, it will move up directly. But we want this to be inactive at first. And now we say to trigger a component, if you get triggered, send a activate message to this thing and activate it. So now this will only activate and move up here once we hit the trigger components. Let's see. So now if we go over there, we'll see that this thing goes up, and this will essentially tell us that we can actually move across this polygon here, because it's now of the general type and not the blocking type anymore. So the last thing, just have some fun. So just add a trigger component on this side. So let's just spread out a little bit and make it roughly, yep, that will do. So just for fun, we can also say if this thing gets triggered, I want to send a message to the NavMesh blocker and now make it blocked again. Meaning that if the AI moves across, it will basically make this a blocker again, so I can't move back. So let's see if that works. So we go over here. Make this thing go up, so I can actually go to the other side. But as we now know, sadly, this should now be blocked again. So we try to go back, there's no way. I'm basically stuck over here. So this is, yeah, roughly I've been working on this this Sunday, just to get the trigger component working with messages and be able to send it to different entities in the game. And also make sure the trigger components can be triggered by more than just players, but also AI entities. So now we can have AI entities solving small puzzles by triggering the right trigger components, which allow them access to different parts of the level. So that's going to be the next thing I'll be working on. So it'll be two things I'll be working on now. So first of all is still the NavMesh that's already in progress. But more importantly, going to make it so that, I don't know, I should make two there, but that's fine. But also make sure that once we've got some moving obstacles, or platforms I suppose, that can basically move about, I want the AI to be able to use them and jump on top of them at the right moment. So for example, just basically connect these two and back again. Connect these, speed of 2, and do the same for you. Link up you so it's going to be slightly faster. Right, so what will happen now? Oh, actually to activate them. So we say this trigger component activates this one, and let's say you trigger that one. Why are you not working? This is odd. For some reason this doesn't want to connect for some reason. Not sure why. Oh well, things to fix. Oh, here we go. Seems to work now, oddly. Anyways. So yes, once we trigger this bit here, these two will start moving. And as we basically go across, you should see this button starts moving as well. So now that we're stuck on this side, I want this entity to find a path where it jumps on top of one of these blocks and gets off on this side. That's the purpose. So this will be a perfect test level where I say, okay, this thing is blocked, there's no way to unblock it, but we got these two platforms moving about. So I actually can get here by jumping on top of the platform and jump back once the platform is right position. So that is going to be the next focus of I'll be working on to make sure that all works together. So I see it's still like a few bugs to be fixed in there. There should be NavMesh on top of this, these two trigger volumes either. But hey ho, only so much time today. Well, thank you for watching, and hopefully next time we'll actually get to see the AI jumping on top of platforms and solving puzzles like this one here. I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.